This is Spoiler Country, a podcast about comics, movies, whatever, but mostly comics. Enjoy.
Previously on Spoiler Country, I was like, no, this Kevin Smith dude knows what he's doing. I like these Dick and Bart jokes. Hey, welcome back to Spoiler Country. I am Johnny Horsley. Over there is Kenric Regan, and tonight we are taking a page out of the book of another podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Go ahead. I can't
go
remember
ahead,
the name of the
go ahead.
shows. What's the name of the show?
Okay, so we had Kevin Joseph on. The first time he was on, he told us about a website, a podcast.
Well, they have a website, I'm sure.
They do. And it's called The Worst Idea of All Time Podcast.
And I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's two guys named Guy Montgomery and Tim Batt. And what they do is they pick a movie, and the first movie they did was Grown Ups 2. And they had said they had never actually watched Grown Ups. They just did Grown Ups 2. And what they did is once a week they would watch this movie, and they would do a review on that movie once a week for an entire year. Which
is insane by itself.
Yeah, and now they've done what's the other one? They did Sex and the City 2. I think that's what the one they're doing right now. And then they did another one. The Jingle All the Way, I think, is what they're doing. Or no, not that one. Right. It's another one. Anyways,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
We love the concept. We thought it was hilarious, and I listened to a few of the episodes. I've on my phone, and they are really funny. The two guys are really funny. If you go check them out, it's called The Worst Idea of All Time Podcast, and you will not be sorry that you check these guys out. So
no.
If you listen to, I think it was either the last episode or the episode before last, I'm not quite sure on my timeline, we thought, let's do an homage or an homage, however you want to say it.
Right. Whichever one works for you.
Yeah. We love these guys. We love this podcast so much. We're like, let's do this ourselves, but we're going to do it in a condensed format because we can't commit to a year. We have too many things going on. We have too many show ideas we want to do. So we can't commit a year to this.
Then we change our entire show, so we can't do that.
Yeah, right. But we're going to do it for 1 week. We're going to watch and do a small review of South Park, the movie.
Yep, South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
That's right.
Watch it 7 days in a row, and we're going to release an episode or talk about it at least every day for 7 days and review it. And see how see where the madness goes.
Yeah, see how we actually perform this, and see how well. Johnny is a huge fan of this movie, so he might just get ramped up as he goes, and a lot of one-liners might come out of his mouth based off of this movie. So just be prepared for that. And I'm the kind of person that once I start watching a movie once, maybe twice, I'm usually pretty much good. So
I've already watched this movie at least 30 times.
Yeah, but over
the course of a long time.
Of 20 years, dude.
Is that how long it's been?
Yeah.
Almost 18 years. Yeah, 1999. Holy shit.
Yeah. 19 years.
We can math, I promise.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's been out for a very long time.
I was in high school when it came out, and they had to check my ID to go see it when I went and saw it in theaters. So.
Oh, see, I was already 25.
Yeah, you're an old man. We know. We know.
Okay. So I'm old. But I loved the movie when I saw it I saw it in the theater, obviously, and I loved it then. And
I was cracking up so hard in the theater, man. I saw my buddy Calvin. We cracked up so hard.
But my attitude and my life outlook was a lot different then compared to now.
Yeah,
so
same.
I don't know if I can, going through 7 days every day of watching South Park, how well this is going to go. Now, it's streaming, luckily, on Starz. So we're able just to log into Starz and watch it. I got a free trial with my Amazon Prime Video.
Hey, 7 days, too.
Yeah, for 7 days. It's starting today. So we both watched it today.
I'm going to love your exit survey. Why'd you cancel Starz? I watched South Park 7 times in a row.
That's exactly how it's going to be, too. Why'd you cancel Starz? Because I watched South Park 7 days in a row, and I never need to see it again. But who knows? Maybe it'll get to that point where, like, day 3 or day 4, I'm just so sick of the movie, and then day 5, everything just like, it's like that joke that's really funny at first, and then they keep it going, and then it's not funny, and you're just like,
and then it's funny again.
Yeah, and then it's funny again, where they just ramp it back up, and you're just
those
like,
are the best jokes for me. I love those jokes. The slow burn burns that come back at you.
Yeah. The best jokes are the ones that somebody tells you, you're laughing your ass off, and then like 4 days later, you start giggling out of nowhere because the punchline comes back in. There's a joke that's like that, and I'll just tell you to go search it on YouTube.
Okay.
Because I can't give it justice. Norm Macdonald tells the joke to Conan O'Brien, and the punchline is, Doc, she's choking.
Okay.
Just look that up, and you know, anybody who looks it up and actually listens to it, and let me know what you thought. What you think.
Tweet at us.
It's completely un-PC.
Well, it's Norm Macdonald, and I assume by that punchline it's not going to be very PC.
No, it's bad. It's bad. I told Tiffany's uncle, and now every time he sees me, he says that punchline. When he calls me on the phone, he tells me that punchline. When he texts me, he texts me that punchline. You
should get it on a shirt.
Right, and give it to him. Oh my God. So South Park,
bigger, longer, and uncut.
Yeah, man. When was the last time you watched it?
Probably before I was married, and I've been married for 11 years Saturday.
Okay. So from was it 98 or 99 that it came out?
99 when it came out through 2006. I probably watched it about at least 20 to 30 times.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, I watched it in theater, I think at least 4 times because my friends, we just kept going back to see because it was hilarious. And then I bought it on DVD.
Yeah.
So you didn't know this, but this movie was actually the first DVD I ever bought.
That's funny. So do you still have that DVD?
I'm ridiculous. I only kept that movie because it's the first DVD I ever bought. I'm like, oh, I'll keep this. Just like I still have like the first CD I ever bought is a No Effects CD, so I still have that in my drawer downstairs somewhere.
You're such a sentimental fool.
I know. But
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like, I don't know what's this thrown. I don't have like
done with it.
There's like nothing from my childhood that I still own except for maybe some. I don't even have comic books from my childhood anymore because I've rebought all my comic books in 2014 on.
Yeah.
So I don't, and like high school yearbooks or junior high, gone.
I have all my yearbooks.
I don't want to carry all this excess baggage.
Dude, I was the kind of kid growing up, and I still am to some degree, but I'm better now. But I was the kind of kid growing up through high school and before that where I always envisioned, and I didn't envision anybody giving a shit. So I wasn't like, full of myself thinking people would care.
Right.
But I always envisioned myself when I was older, like for myself and for my kids maybe, like having, and this sounds bad, like a museum of my life, right? So I fucking catalog. I know. I couldn't think of another way to say it besides that way, okay? I get it. It sounds fucking pretentious as shit.
That is hilarious.
So much
That's a t-shirt. Museum of my life.
I cataloged everything I did as a kid growing up. I cataloged all the music I wrote, all the songs I wrote. I would put together. I always put together songs.
The DVD is in there.
It is.
Oh,
but I'd catalog songs I'd write into albums that I would then say, okay, this is an album that I wrote this year. I have them done by year, age that I did them when I was done. So I'm like, okay,
right.
To my kids, hey, when I was 15, I wrote and recorded these shitty songs, and when I was 17, I wrote and recorded these shitty songs, right? Or I drew this shitty comic when I was 20, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
you'll be glad you have that stuff later.
Yeah.
Not everybody is like me. That is just like I'm done. I don't need to go back and.
I am married to your niece who is like that. It's like, fuck it, get rid of it. With the exception of pictures of the kids.
Yeah, there's very few things that our family was like, oh, let's hold on to this. And the only reason why things got held on to is because they got stuck underneath the stairs and then never came out. See,
my dad was a collector, so I got the collector bug from my dad. And part of that for me was like I cataloged all that I did because I didn't want to. I think part of why I cataloged all the stuff that I wrote, that I drew, that I wrote music-wise and recorded was because my dad was in a band in the 60s, and they wrote and recorded a lot of music, and there's no record of it anywhere. I have no record of hearing my dad's music, and I always thought, man, if I'm a creative person, I don't want my kids to ever have to go, I wonder what he sounded like, or I wonder what his comics or art looked like. I wonder what his writing was like. I didn't want my kids to ever have to say that shit, and I was thinking about this shit when I was like 12, so I was that weird kid who thought about kids at 12, and so because of
that's
that,
why you have 5 kids.
Right? Yeah. Because I could never hear what my dad wrote as a kid, besides like him playing for me some songs that he, knew. I wanted to make sure my kids would never have to go through that. So now I have CDs and disc drives and all this catalogs of shit that I've done.
You're like borderline hoarder,
right? I'm a borderline hoarder of my own stuff, which I'm like, I feel so dumb saying that out loud. I feel like a fucking douchebag, but
no, that's
it's true.
Dumb.
I've kept it all.
Well, hey, you know what? Tafina is the same way. She's got everything. She's got like all her homework from like all the way through grade school, and she's got all this stuff. All like, dude, our garage is packed full of her childhood memories.
Yeah, I have homework still. I have some homework, not a lot. I have my report cards and stuff like that that I've kept. My mom kept too.
I got none of it. My mom has. I think my mom has quite a few stuff here and there. She doesn't.
Part of me envies you for your ability to get rid of clutter and shit. But part of me is also like, no, I really want to be able to give this to my kids and they can do whatever they want.
It works for me. It won't work for you. You'll be all pissed off and depressed if you got rid of stuff that you really wanted. And later on, I mean, you could probably get rid of some things. Like, do you really need to keep homework? I mean, seriously?
Yeah, no, I've gotten rid of a lot. When I find stuff like that, I keep
even report cards.
Because,
I mean, why?
Well, I get curious. Well, because my kids don't always believe me that I was a straight A student. So I should like, here's my fucking proof. I was got straight A's in high school.
Yeah, because they're like, yeah, that line, but A's don't have a square top. Just because you took the F and put a line on the right side.
I know how to use whiteout, all right? I know how to use whiteout.
So South Park.
Yeah. So I haven't watched this movie in a decade. I watched it again today.
This is quite the endeavor. And then how much did you laugh today watching this movie?
I was laughing at everything because
I was laughing
seen it so
nonstop.
Long.
I haven't watched it probably since 2001.
I had forgot about the Uncle Fucker song, and that came on. I was like, "Oh my god!" I used to quote and sing that song so much.
The scene,
you're an Uncle Fucker,
dude. The scene where Conan commits suicide, I was like, "Oh my god!" Because it's so dated. When you watch that movie, it's so dated. Like Saddam Hussein is still alive when that movie came out.
Well, Windows 98.
Yeah, Windows 98.
You said Windows 98 was gonna be faster. It is faster. All my free time. Boom. They shoot Bill Gates. Yeah, it's so dated, but it's so funny and. Like this, it's probably one of the best musicals ever written. You know,
you think it's one of the best musicals ever? That's pretty high praise, man.
Dude, it's so topical even today on itself. The whole movie is a parody of it. It's itself. The movie's about itself. It's so meta. Like Terrence Phillip movie in that movie is about South Park, the movie coming out. Like everything is about itself. It's literally a giant saying, well. You say we can't make a movie. Here's all the reasons you're giving us. Here's why you're stupid.
The Terrence Phillip movie inside is an allegory to the movie they were making.
Exactly. And it's so funny. And the songs are hilarious. Their songs are well done.
What's your favorite song, you think?
Probably the Uncle Fucker song because it makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
I mean, they all make me laugh too, but that one just said, you're an Uncle Fucker. You're a bona fide slicking
you
Uncle Fucker.
You fucked your uncle yesterday.
Yeah. You don't eat or sleep on the lawn. You fucked your uncle all day long. You know, it's just like, come on. That is genius. It's gold.
Yeah.
It's such funny humor. I love it.
You know what I haven't watched yet is the Book of Mormon, and I really want to see that.
I keep wanting to go see it every time it comes to town. I always miss it.
Yeah,
Mandate,
I had a chance to go see it in Chicago, and I didn't see it, which would have been a great place to go see it. And
yeah,
I don't know why I kind of wussed out on it because I think I was alone. I was like, I don't want to go see this alone.
Right.
It'd be kind of
next time it comes to Seattle, you and I are going to go see it.
All right, total mandate.
Yeah, mandate.
All right,
I'll wear the dress. It's fine.
Per usual.
I look good in heels, man.
Till you turn around and see that full beard, like whoa.
Right. Whoa! You're sexy, baby. I had forgotten about so many pieces of this movie. You know, I had forgotten about the the scene where
the dildo scene with Saddam Hussein and
no,
Satan.
I didn't forget about the dildo scene. I remember that one. But when Kenny's fallen to hell and there's like Hitler and then there's Gandhi.
That's James Hetfield of Metallica singing that song.
Is it? Nice. I mean, it makes sense, but
I forgot about him going into heaven and all the boobies, and he's like, then falls into hell.
And then just the whole the cow's mom's a bitch song.
Oh,
that's
my favorite actually. The cow mom's a bitch is my favorite.
Stupid bitch, a bitch, bitch to all the boys and girls. Yeah, we used to sing that song all the time. It's Kyle's mom's a big fat fucking bitch. Yeah, the whole thing is God.
Blame Canada.
I loved South Park as a kid.
Blame Canada.
Well, what's funny is that we were texting each other while watching the movie, quoting it as we're watching it.
Yeah, man, because it's just it's a classic movie. I forgot how much I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
because I haven't watched it since like 2001, which is what 17 years.
Yeah,
and it's just weird to think that it's 19 years old, which is odd in itself.
Well, I always forget how old South Park is. I mean, South Park's been around for 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. When did they do the episode where Simpsons did it? That's a classic episode.
Oh, I don't know. That was after the movie, but yeah, it was a good one.
But yeah, so I think the Kyle Mom's a Bitch song was probably my favorite.
Yeah,
it's
a good song. I mean,
it's just so funny.
And then the whole when they're
I am a Jew.
Right. when they're breaking into the USO show.
Yeah.
And they're like, make the sound of a dying giraffe. What does that sound like? It's so dumb, but I can't help but laugh at it. And this episode is going to be us just laughing for 30 minutes.
Right. So this episode's going to be kind of weird because either this is going to be a 30-minute episode and we're going to release it, and then tomorrow we'll do another 30 episode and we'll release it until we do all 7, or there's 2 other we'll do just this review today and we'll release it, and then 2 through 7 will be its own separate episode, just one episode.
South Park Descent into the Madness.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. Or it'll be long enough to where we can just do all 7 on one episode and release it at once. We haven't quite decided, and you guys will find out because we don't know yet.
Well, I'm sure they'll know when they're listening to it because they'll
That's
see
what
it
I'm
up
saying.
there,
By the time you hear this, you'll know.
Yeah. So you know something we don't know right now.
That's right. That's right.
So how would you rate this as far as, do you like musicals?
I
love them.
I like some musicals. I liked Phantom of the Opera. I saw that. I went to was that the Moore Theater?
Or was Seattle?
It the Paramount? Yeah,
I think it's at Paramount.
Yeah, I saw it wherever, one of those places. I saw it there. I loved it. I still like the movie, the actual movie.
Yeah,
directed by Joel Schumacher. Anybody knows my relationship with Joel Schumacher, that'll be kind of funny.
You love him. He's your favorite director of all time.
I actually love Joel Schumacher movies. His dramatic directing is amazing. I just don't like his Batman stuff because I thought he ruined it.
Speaking of Batman, George Clooney's in this movie.
He is. He's the
doctor that kills Kenny, or that saves Kenny with a potato.
Kenny, you got about 3 seconds. You replaced your heart with a potato on accident.
The big potato. Yeah.
Pop. That's classic stuff, man. It was really funny. It's going to be interesting to see how we feel about the movie as we go, because I just got a feeling that I'm going to get, by the time we get to 7, I'm going to be just like done.
Right.
But anyways, I do like a lot of musicals. I don't like Oklahoma. And those,
really?
and like singing in they're boring, dude. I just think they're boring, and I don't like the music. I don't like the melody that's being sung, and I'm not one to like, age doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? If it's the 1920s or now or from wherever.
Age of the play, not age of a girl, right?
Right. Thanks for making that clear.
You got to make sure everybody understands. That's all.
But that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people like Oklahoma. I just find it stupid, I guess. I shouldn't say stupid. It's not that I find it stupid. It's just not pleasing to my ears. And so I get.
So what Kenric is saying is, if you like Oklahoma, you're slow.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
I like Oklahoma, so
yeah. See, you're slow. No,
I know. Right? Thanks.
No, but I
mean, what do you mean?
Start calling you sloth.
Right.
Hey, but this is different. I mean, maybe it's the lyrics being used and the language being used,
but it's
the
done.
Style.
No, the style. If you compare this musically and the way the songs are written, the way the songs come together in the movie, this is a musical. It's written as a musical.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because musicals they build up on a couple of key numbers, and there's always a part where those key numbers intertwine together into one big song towards the middle or the end of the movie. And this movie does that.
Yep.
It has all the elements of a musical. It just has a ton of naughty words in it.
Yeah, and adult humor as a whole.
Adult humor, adult content, and
right.
It does it in a way that makes it to where you don't realize as.
So what you're saying, you're going to let your 7-year-old watch it tomorrow?
Absolutely, she's not going to watch this.
Absolutely not.
Right. But I love, as I said, I love musicals. I used to go to, and I still do sometimes, go to the Paramount or the Fifth Avenue to see plays with my wife. Yeah. And I love Wicked. Wicked was amazing. I
haven't watched Wicked. I do want to see where. I mean,
so good.
I read the book way before it was ever a play. We even thought it was going to be you never knew different. That would be a play.
they're very different. The book is a lot more adult.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, a lot of those like really adult themes and scenes in the book aren't in the play because with the version of the story they tell in the play, they're not relevant.
Right.
But the play's really good. I liked Annie. We went and saw Annie with all the kids, my mom and your sister and stuff.
Did they like it?
Oh, they loved it. I'm pretty sure your mom went too, and it was pretty awesome.
Oh, cool.
And for that one, we actually went outside and got to meet the cast of Annie. So all the kids got to meet the cast.
I did like Annie when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I
still like it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I will sit and watch it with Ella when she's old enough to want to actually sit and watch it.
It's a hard knock life for us.
Yeah, I'll be thinking Jay-Z in my head when I hear that
right,
now.
Every time. I can't not hear Jay-Z when I hear that now. Thanks, Jay-Z. But
the big staples like Singing in the Rain, Oklahoma, and some of those, I don't care for those ones. And
I'm not a fan of Singing in the Rain, but I like Oklahoma.
Yeah, which is funny because
Yankees.
South Park is very similar to those musicals. The music,
it is
the way the beat, the structure, and the timing, and the structure of the songs are very much like those.
The structure of the movie is very much classic musical, and it's woven in a way that people who aren't fans of musicals don't realize they're really watching a musical until like, oh wait.
Well, they don't realize they're enjoying a musical,
right? And they're like, oh, there was a lot of singing in that one.
Yeah,
yeah, and it's beautiful because they write.
It's funny now because you listen to an interview with Matt Stone and Trey Parker, and they talk very much about how their love of musicals and how they grew up loving musicals. That was their whole goal, was to do musicals. And they had a fight to do that as a musical.
They did, and they also had a fight on the name because originally it was called South Park to Hell and Back, and they wouldn't let him say hell in the title, so they sent it back as South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Yeah,
and like okay, and they didn't realize they were talking about a penis.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
I mean, that's dumb editing, right? I mean, that's like, what kind of censorship is that? You can't say to hell and back.
Right.
I know Bill and Ted's was supposed to be, Bill and Ted was supposed to be Bill and Ted Go to Hell, and they wouldn't let him do it.
Right. Well, things have changed nowadays because you have like Hellboy come out and stuff, but
yeah. It's just ridiculous, though.
I remember I watched an interview with them talking about like them going for the rating, and they kept getting hit on ratings, wanting to make it an X rating or an NC-17 rating and all this kind of stuff. And every time the MPAA would, be like, "Oh, you can't have this in the scene," they would take the scene, they would specifically make that scene worse, just so they would stop sending scenes back.
That's funny. If you're looking at the whole breadth of South Park, is this your favorite version? Is this it right here? Is this the epitome of what South Park is?
For me, yeah, but I haven't watched the last 12 years of South Park or more. I mean, I've probably only seen the first 5 or 6 seasons of South Park, if that.
Yeah, and is it crazy that there's that many seasons?
There isn't, and I've watched some of the newer ones here and there, spotting, and they're still funny. I still laugh at them, but I just, with having 5 kids and my wife freaking hates South Park, I can't. I have no time. If I want to watch, I have to watch it completely on my own, which is time I'm sacrificing away from my kids and my wife. And I'd rather just not watch it than that.
Did you see the episode? It was like, I think it's called Return of the Ring to the Two Towers.
No, I haven't seen that one.
And it's the thing is they're all. This is when Lord of the Rings was huge.
Yeah,
right.
I figured out the title.
Yeah, and so like all these movies, I think the 3 movies that just got done being released, and so they did a thing where the kids are all dressing up like the characters and playing outside as that. And
I've seen a trailer for that. I think I recognize that concept.
And what happens is, I think it's Stan's parents rent a porno, right? And they watch it, and then they put they rent the Lord of the Rings, and they rent a porno, and then they put the porno inside the Lord of the Rings jacket and give it to Stan and say, "Can you return this?" And so he has the movie in his hands, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And they go to like a buddy's house, and they watch it, and it's a porno. And so of course, what they're doing is it's changed the kids that have watched it. It has completely changed their whole outlook on life,
right?
And it's an adventure to get the video tape back to the video store. It is hilarious, man. It is one of the funniest episodes ever.
Well, that's like in the movie when they watch the German Scheiser video of Cartman's mom.
Oh, yeah. That was so funny. What is it? Is it Cartman's mom? Oh, fuck you guys. Oh, it is Cartman's mom.
Right. All right, here's the. Oh, okay then. All right. Oh, how's about that?
You want to laugh? So today I watched it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you tomorrow, when you watch it, turn on the subtitles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because every time they do a foreign language, it'll say like fake Chinese or fake German or
that reminds me of Team
German
America
sounds.
World
I think
Police.
that's what it says. It's German sounds. It's like,
Nice.
oh my God. It's so funny. And then they transcribe things that you hear in the background that you might not hear.
Yeah. Well, I usually watch all TV
Like,
and
oh
movies
man, my
subtitles
mom gave
anyways.
me eggs for lunch. That's like
I usually watch
like,
everything with subtitles because I'm like, usually it's like the kids are talking or someone's talking. I want to be able to read. And I kind of like, because you get background conversations you don't get because you don't
we
hear
watch everything with subtitles on.
them. Yeah, so do we.
It's the weirdest thing. It's like it happened about a year ago. We just started always
same.
having the subtitles on.
Jack calls it, I don't want the ABCs on. Turn off the ABCs because he hates the ABCs, the subtitles being on.
Because Ella's like, 4 years old, but she's really 65. So she's like, it's too loud. Turn it down. And I was like, okay.
It's too loud. I'm trying to watch my stories.
Yeah, it's so funny. She's such a funny little girl. But yeah, so I really love that movie. I think
love
if
it.
You,
I still
if
love
you
it.
Have, even if you're not a South Park fan, you should give that movie a chance because, like you said, the music,
and the whole thing's a metaphor for what was going on at the time about South Park and like
it's
the whole thing
allegory.
about South Park is oh, you can't have naughty language, but gruesome violence is okay, and it's like it goes through all of that. It's very much like South Park has always had a beautiful way of being political without being political.
Yeah.
They're masters at that craft of going across these topics, but in the end being like, we don't give a shit. And coming across and teaching a moral lesson in the process without shoving it down your fucking throat.
Yeah, totally. They do a good job, man. They do a really good job, and it's a lot of fun. So I would definitely highly recommend anybody out there that wants to watch it, go watch it. Now,
And if you don't want to watch it, watch it anyways, damn it.
Yeah, ask me in a week. I might tell you avoid it at all costs.
Right.
But you know what? Just watch it for the genius of it, the fact that they pulled this thing off. I mean, the funniest thing is when they get denied to see the movie at first, and he goes, the animation's probably shitty anyways.
Right.
And then they're walking, and it's, and I think they did that movie, the old style, that they were doing when they originally did the show, which is all cardboard cutouts.
I'm not sure how they made it. I know there's a lot of computer stuff in it, but
but now it's all computer generated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when they first did it, it was all cardboard and colored paper, basically.
Yeah. And it was stop motion.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was all stop motion, but it's genius. Those guys are pretty funny.
They're hilarious. I mean, Orgasmo is one of my favorite movies of all time. Team America World Police is fucking hilarious.
Oh God, Orgasmo, man.
Dude,
Stunt
Team
cock?
America. Stunt cock. No, Team America, when they have the puppet sex scene,
Oh,
I
God.
lost it in the theater on that movie.
Did you really?
I was rolling so funny. Or, quick, I got two terrorists going down Bakalakadaka Street. I'm like, what?
Derpa, 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 derpa.
Yeah, derpa jihad. I'm like, they're not even trying to speak the language. This is what makes it's just so offensive and so funny.
Yeah. Team America World Police. Yeah, that's one we could have done as well, and I liked it, but nothing like I like this one.
Right. Maybe if we do this again next year as another homage to that podcast, we'll do Team America instead.
Yeah, right. No, I think we got to do something completely different.
All right,
Like
7 days
in Action 2 or something.
No, 7 days of Schindler's List.
Oh God, I know. I'd end up in the bathtub.
By day
Wrist
7, we're
slits.
just done.
Yeah,
By day 7, it's like, no, we're podcast over. We need to go check into a facility for a while because I'm too depressed now.
Oh, have you seen
That movie still gets me. Every time I watch it, that movie still gets me.
Did you see Louis C.K. on Conan talking about Schindler's List?
No.
Oh, do a search for that on YouTube. Louis C.K. talking Schindler's List, Conan O'Brien, and he talks about the scene where the little girl is in color and everything else is black and white, and she's saying goodbye, Jews. And he goes, I know how movies are made, so he knows that somewhere there's a B-roll of a little girl screaming that over and over and over again, and having all the girls that come in to audition for the role, and they're all saying that over and over and over again. And the way he explains it is just I'm not going to say it's funny,
Right.
but it's hard not to laugh.
It's intriguing.
Yeah, it's hard not to laugh. It might,
Right.
I have given you two amazing, just totally not PC things to look
Assignments.
for tonight. Yeah.
They're assignments for you.
Yeah.
For me and for everybody listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't
judge.
want to fail this test. You're going to be graded on this.
Don't
there's
judge
no
me. All right. I think that's
That's
a
a
show.
show for this one. Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
is an episode. We hit 30 minutes, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, we might extend this. Let's just say we're going to put a caveat. We might, before I say that's a show, we might cut it off and extend it because the next 6 days might be 5 minutes apiece.
Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
But we'll go ahead and do an outro now just for fun.
Yeah.
So you can listen to us everywhere. We are on
Stitcher.
iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify.
Spotify, baby.
We're on
That
fucking
is
Spotify
legit.
now. Yep. And you can listen to us on our website, spoilercountrypod.com, which you can also read some lovely reviews for movies and other comics we've done. We got some new ones coming up soon. I've got some that I've been reading that I need to write down.
Mm-hmm. You can listen to us on Libsyn at spoilercountry.libsyn.com.
That's a good one, too.
Yep. It's a great place to watch.
You can interact with us on Twitter. We love Twitter.
Yep. And you can listen to us on YouTube. All of our episodes
that's right.
get pushed to YouTube now, so we don't fall behind.
So just go to YouTube and search Spoiler Country and you'll find us there. We don't have a fancy vanity URL because they make you have a certain number of listeners to get that shit. But so it's like youtube.com/QF3127654. I don't know what it is, but it's something ridiculous.
Just search for Spoiler Country. We don't need a vanity.
Yeah. Right. I'm very vain. I want a vanity.
You can interact with us on Facebook.com/Spoiler Country. On Twitter, we're very active on Twitter. We both are on there all the time. We're going to try to give more original content on Twitter and not as much retweets, but the things we retweet are very germane to what we always talk about. So
we share things we like and share things I think people want to read and see.
Yeah, exactly. And you can get a hold of us on Instagram.
Yep. Well, you get a hold of me usually.
Yeah, to be fair, it's going to be Johnny. It's not going to be me.
Yeah. Twitter could be either one of us, but Instagram's probably going to be me.
I don't think I even have a login for Instagram, so there you go.
Oh, there you go. So it always is just me. Mm-hmm. You can also email us at spoilercountry@gmail.com. We both read those, so you go to either one of us. If you want just me or just Kenric, you can put a name on it, I guess.
And we can do Patreon. We have a Patreon account.
Patreon.com/spoilercountry. Kick in $1 a month, whatever you want. We release episodes there early. We are looking into releasing extra stuff there as well. It's just with currently what we're doing, it's hard to do extra stuff. We'll get there.
That's right. And I think with that, we are out. Don't forget, man, expand your mind. Read more.
Bitches.